All right, so what we are going to look up today is how you can create your own certificate. This is the self-signed certificate, so you can create your own cert, and then you can use that for your servers or websites, and so on and so forth. And then we'll look at it, how to create it using OpenSSL. So first of all, what you need is the OpenSSL tool, right? So I use the OpenSSL version I just download from this their website, from their wiki, right? So I put the link on the description here. So I normally just go to this OpenSSL for Windows. Of course, I'm using Windows, and then I'll just click on this one of these URLs here, and then you can go and download your version based on whether you're running on a 64-bit Windows or 32-bit Windows, right? All right, so I got that. I already installed it. So as you can see here, I am on my program files, and under C drive program files, and I have my OpenSSL. I'm going to open that, and under the bin file, I have these files here. Right, so of course, the last file is something that I just copied and pasted here for the configuration. I'll explain why it's there, but you will see the other files here. And this is the application actually. So if you right click and you just run as admin, so I would just normally run as admin just for the permission purposes, right? So this is your command line for OpenSSL. Here you can run your commands, okay? And also, if you don't want to go this way, you can, of course, go into your CMD, your regular command line. And what you can do here is you can go here and then start your own, use your path here. So you can do a CD and then copy this path, right? So CD, C drive, program files, OpenSSL, and then it will be the same. Anyway, all right, so now we are here. And then I do have the instructions here. So cert ins is like a text file. I put it in here just to show you guys, like, that's on a notepad. I have the instructions on, how you can create the key and CSR and all that. So I will explain that step by step, right? So the first thing is we just have to create a key, right? A private key. And what you have to do is you just have to, simply copy this command. All right, so you come in here to the OpenSSL, you paste it, hit enter. So it's going to ask you a passphrase. So, just give a password, and it will ask you again to verify the password. And once you're done with creating the key. Now, if you go back here, you will see a server.key file, right? You can open with the Notepad or Notepad++, and this is what you will see, right? So it's encrypted, and then you can close that. Now, if you want to do, unencrypted, then I will come back to the next step after this. So now we just got the key created. Now, if I go back, what you have to do now is using that key, you're going to request a CSR file. Okay, so to create a CSR file, you just copy this command, request new key, and then our key file name is server.key, and then we are going to get an output to server.csr. So I'm going to copy and paste that one, hit enter. Remember, we assign a password, so it's going to ask you the password. So, make sure you keep a record of that password. And now, let's go start with the country name, right? Okay, so we're going to ask it's going to ask those things. So the country name, normally 2-digit country code. If it's a US, I'm going to put US in here. State, you can put your state here. And locality name, city, you can put your city names here. Organization name, right? So you can put your, name and stuff for the company, and unit name, right? So if it's a, logistic team, you can say logistics, right? And common name, this is the important part. So this is the common name, meaning the host name or the IP address of your server. The website name, if you're hosting a website, the website has a name on it, right? So like you can come up with any name. So I would just server.com, for example, right? So you could probably have something like prod.server.com something, right? So that's your host name of your server, and make sure you put that correctly with no mistakes on the name, and then you hit enter, and then you can put an email address there. You can say tech@company.com. And extra attributes is asking for a challenge password and all that. You don't need them. You can hit enter, and then there you go. You're done. So now you would see like a server.csr file, right? So this is the file that you need in order to create a certificate, right? So if you're using, if you're working for a company and the company already has a CA, like a certificate authority, and then you send a CSR to them, and then they will give you a server certificate file back to you, right? So they are the CA of the company. If you're looking for a CA globally, like externally out of the company, right? So you could have, DigiCert, GoDaddy, any other websites. They will ask you to send the CSR file over so they can create a certificate and send it back to you. So remember to keep this, CSR file. And also you have this key file. And remember, this is an encrypted key. In some servers, you have to, unencrypt this key. So that's the next step we're going to look at. So we'll go back here. What I'm doing here is I'm taking the server.key and then just, taking in and then taking out. So pretty much, stripping the password out of that key file, right? So I'm going to go back. And so I'm going to close this file here. And I'll close this too for now, and then put that in here, hit enter. It's going to ask you the password. So remember, I said password is important. So there you go. So now it says writing RSA key. If I go back and check this key file, now you will notice, it is unencrypted. There's no encryption here. So you can see the beginning and ending of the key. So it's good to go. All right. Finally, so this is good. If you already have a CA, your company has a CA, or if you already know who your CA is, and then you just need to send the CSR file, and then you're good with that. You're already done. But if you just want to, try it for your local system, if you have a local host system, and then you just want to create a certificate for you, that's what we call self-signed certificate. You can add this additional line to create your own CRT certificate file. And remember, this is good for 365 days, meaning that I used it for 1 year, but you could do that more than 1 year if you need to. And then I'm putting in server.csr, server.key files, and then my output will be server.crt file. And also I am adding an ext file, and then that's called v3.ext. And then I'll explain what this is, okay? So let's copy this and paste it here. Now, if you go back here, and then if you look at this v3.ext file, that command is trying to read, this is what it's reading. Right, so you have this, and the reason we have this keyUsage, basicConstraints, and everything, mostly for the subjectAltName or subject alternative name, or in short terms, it's called SAN, S-A-N. And the SAN can contain your DNS names, your IPs, and stuff. So, in addition to your host name or CN, the common name is called on the certificate. you could have alternative names, right? So you could have called, maybe it has an IP address, or if you have a local system, your DNS will be like a local host. So I'm just going to create one for my local system, for example. You can put the IP and stuff here, right? And then you save this file, and then you close this. Okay. Then if you go back here and hit enter, right? So now you would see this signature is okay, and then you see our information here. OU, CN is here, email address, and all that. Okay. So at this point, you are good. If you come back here, you already have the certificate. This is the final cert you need. You also have a key. In some cases, if you need the key, you can do that. So now if you want to install this certificate on your computer, you just simply double click, open this, and you can see the server details. If you go here, and then you can look at your details here, and further down you can see this subject alternative name. It points to which IP and all that. You can click OK there. And if you want to install it, just click install cert, and then you can use it for your current user or the local machine completely. So if I want to use my user only, and I'm going to go next, and then you select where this needs to be installed. So I recommend you install it on the trusted root certification authorities, so it will be considered as trusted by the machine. Okay, and you click OK, you go next and finish, and then it will ask you this question: you're about to install this cert. Okay, click yes. There you go, import was successful. So at this point, your server certificate is already installed. So if you if you have this CN, if you have this website now, and if you access this on your browser, and then your browser will accept the certificate when you access this host name, and then it can validate the certificate. Okay. So that's it. So that's how you can just simply create your own cert using OpenSSL. So if you guys like this video, just subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions, feel free to leave your comments on your comment box. I will try to answer them. All right. Thank you for your time today. We'll see you on another video.